Hi everyone, it's Monique, more commonly known as 𝗧𝗶𝗱 here on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about my experience with...
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. I'm going to be talking about my experience with astral projection because a lot of people really wanted it. And yeah, I'm not going to tell the whole story just because the one time I did successfully astral project, like the things I saw were very personal to things that go on in my life. So I'm not going to be sharing all of the details. However, I will give like a summary, that way you guys can get some details to fill your juicy little minds with happy chemicals. I'm also going to be doing my makeup at the same time because I feel like it. So that's the situation. So I tried to astral project a couple times, like in the past, like a few years ago when I first got into shifting and all of that. I tried to astral project, but I was unsuccessful back then. So I kind of just gave up on it, fully focused on shifting, focused on my shifting journey. Successfully shifted, started going to DRs pretty often, stuff like that. Also, for people who have never seen me do my makeup before, I'll do it a lot on TikTok live streams. If you don't follow my TikTok, definitely stream in, check, hit that little follow button. I always have my TikTok in the description, and this is also my account, so give a follow. But I put a lot of sparkles on my face, and the goal is to consistently look like a disco ball because it makes me feel slightly more sane. Not a lot, but slightly. Anyways, so I tried a couple times back a couple years ago, and I was just unsuccessful. So then recently, my shifting attempts have not been doing the best. I didn't really be going into detail about this, but I've just not had a successful shifting attempt in a fat ass minute. So I was like, you know what? I'm still doing stuff with my own personal little spiritual journey. Let's try astral projecting again. So I tried astral projecting again. First time I attempted it was unsuccessful yet again. Attempted once more after this, and then I was successful. And this time I remember I was kind of copied one of the reality shifting hypnosises for this, because astral projection and reality shifting are very, very similar in a lot of ways. So I was like, maybe if I just copy one of the methods kind of for visualization, just so I could get into the out of body state, I would be good in my thought process here, right? And that's what I was thinking, so that's what I was gonna do. And that's how I did it. So in one of the hypnosises, you're supposed to visualize your brain floating all the way up to the ceiling, and you visualize yourself looking at your body. Now instead of me re-entering my body as you do in the hypnosis, I did not do this. I decided to walk around my body, kind of walk around the room, move my hands, really get a feel for it, and then I went back into my body, and then I did it again, went outside of the room. And I would just I did that about 2 or 3 more times. Got into this vibrational state during, it literally felt like there was vibrations coming up off of my body. And I decided I wanted to see a couple months into the future of the most likely timeline, because obviously if you believe in the multiverse theory, then there's infinite timelines going on at all times, and some are more likely to happen just based off of the events that you've forsaken that have led you to this moment just now. So it's more likely for one thing to happen than another because of just who you are as a person and how the people around you have been. But obviously there are situations that can alter a timeline and like shift the way things go down and make it so that like different things happen just because of different circumstances. And that's why sometimes when we shift, like, things just get affected in weird ways too, because, you know, the butterfly effect, everything affects everything. So since I've astral projected to this timeline that is set a little bit in the future, that doesn't necessarily mean that like if I get to this point in the future that like everything's gonna be fine and dandy. And like a part of the reason I don't want to tell all the details of what happens is because this is something that is supposed to like happen in the future of this timeline and like is really, really likely. So that's why I'm not sharing all the details, but we're gonna get into it. So my boyfriend, he is a rapper. If you've never heard his music or anything, you should definitely check it out. I'll have it like in the description down below. He's really good, 100% recommend. So in this astral projection, I went to a show of his, which is pretty common, like a common thing. He has shows all the time. I go to his shows, all normal. This show went a little different. It went bad though. It went bad different. And like, I've had his shows go like bad different, but it was like bad different in like a way that affected specifically him and I. So it was kind of nerve-wracking, and it was also like a bad different because there was a betrayal, but like we weren't entirely sure who exactly betrayed us. So then it's like, not only has like this entirely horrible thing happened at this show, but like someone who we trust in our like friend group has betrayed us, and now we have to like find the mole of our group. And yeah, it was not fun. It was not fun. We like ended up getting a ride from our friend, which was really weird because I remember at the time that I had the astral projection, I was like, I don't know why I didn't have my car, I don't know why you didn't have your car. And now like at this point in like life, I don't have a car anymore, and his car just like took a dump the other day. So like, because that specific show, like I haven't gone to any of his shows and like seen that house or like the setup or like the stage, like none of like the stages that like all of the sets that he's performed on have not been that house. So this has not happened yet. And there are other timelines for that show, just because I have other friends who like astral project, and I talked to them about this because I was like, yo, I want to make sure that this is like an astral projection. Like, have you ever had this astral projection? Because it's supposed to be a likely timeline. And like obviously I could not personally, I don't think I personally could have like astral projected to a really unlikely timeline with like that being my first time. I haven't tried to astral project since that, just because that really shook me to my core. I'm still very nervous about that, actually, that show specifically. And it's just, you never know what to expect, and that still scares me because it still means that like one of our friends probably does want to betray us, and that just is not the best feeling, you know? It's not the best. But yeah, I'm not very like experienced with the astral projection or anything. I just had like the very short experience, but a lot of people were interested after I made that community post, being like, oh my gosh, I astral projected, because I was just like so shocked that I had done it successfully. So I just wanted to share the achievement, and people were like, oh yeah, tell me about your experience. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyways. Leave a like and a comment, whatever videos you guys want to see. I'm definitely interested in any recommendations. I'm taking whatever at this point in time. And as always, have a fantastic day or night, and remember to drink water. Bye!